Hey everyone, it's Warriors NRL Fanatics. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And tonight joining me is Manly fan, Manly Seagulls fan, and YouTube content creator is Pro Enzo Vidz. So it's great to have you on the channel tonight. And yeah, it's actually been a while since I've had you on, and I've appeared on your channel a couple of times with the podcast, with the Ankle Breaker podcast. So it's good to have you on tonight, Pro Enzo Vidz. How are you doing? And yeah, looking forward to previewing this game between the New Zealand Warriors and the Manly Seagulls. Friday night game. How you doing?
Yeah, bro. No, a huge game, obviously, and yeah, I'm going well. Thank you. And yeah, well, I'll be there. So I'll be there on Friday, making the trip from Sydney to New Zealand. So yeah, look, hopefully it's a good game. Like, I genuinely hope it's a tight match with plenty of things to talk about. So but yeah, look, as for this preview, I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Yeah, awesome. So I'll just pop into the chat here and see who's joined. So you got Daniel Sexton. How you going, Daniel Sexton? He's saying hi. How you doing tonight? I'm going to the Warriors game on Friday night, and cheering on our boys. Let's go up the mighty Warriors. Good to see you in the chat, Daniel Sexton. He's one of the loyal viewers of the channel as well. He's always around. So good to see you, Daniel Sexton, and enjoy the game on Friday night. But yeah, it's Manly versus the New Zealand Warriors. Obviously, Friday night there at the named after Daniel Anderson this round.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome that the Warriors are doing something for Daniel Anderson. We know Daniel Anderson, who a couple of years ago he was a coach for the Warriors. He also coached St. Helens, and he also coached Parramatta as well. So 2002 he was the coach for the side when we won the minor premiership and made the grand final. And he's unfortunately last year, I believe he suffered. I think he's had a bit of an accident there on the New South Wales Central Coast there.
Yeah.
He had a spinal cord injury, which was unfortunate, which is sad to see. And he's currently in rehabilitation in New South Wales. So good to see that the Warriors are going to be doing something for Daniel Anderson this round. And I believe there's a website, an auction off sort of thing as well. So, Pro Enzo Vidz, just give a little bit of information, a bit of knowledge on yourself, like how you became a Manly fan, just a bit of a background sort of thing for those of you who don't know you already. I'm sure a lot of people do know you, but just a bit of a background on how you became a Manly fan and what you do, your YouTube channel, and just give a bit of knowledge on that as well. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, look, obviously I became a Manly fan through family, and at the time, I could have been a Manly supporter or a Bulldog supporter. That's how things were around the family. But got influence to go for Manly, thankfully, I think. And ever since then, I've just kept supporting the club, and I've been through the tough times with the club and the good times with the club, like watching them through the years. But look, they're my club. I'm also gonna always support them, and no matter what. And but yeah, look, I run a YouTube channel as well that dedicates my support to Manly and NRL in general. So I'm Pro Enzo Vidz. You can follow my channel on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and just Pro Enzo Vidz, and you should find it. So that's some information for you guys.
Yeah, awesome. So you guys, I've had Pro Enzo Vidz on the channel before, and if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you do go and subscribe. His content's very outstanding, it's classed, and it's very consistent as well. So go and check him out, Pro Enzo Vidz on YouTube. So go and give him a subscribe. But let's get into the preview now. So you got Jacko here in the chat. I see you saying hello, League Nutties. How's it going, Jacko? Here, hope you're doing well. It's good to see you in the chat. Always a loyal viewer to the channel as well, and massive Warriors fan as well. So we'll get into the preview now. So what we're going to do is go through the team list first. So as Manly are the away side, so we'll get Pro Enzo Vidz to go through the Manly Seagulls team and how they're lining up for this game on Friday night. So why don't you go through the Manly Seagulls lineup?
Yep, no worries, Fanatics. So the Manly team for Friday night. So our fullback Ruben Garrick, on the wings Jason Saab and Raymond Vega. The centres are Tolu Kola and Morgan Harper. The halves are Josh Schuster and Daly Cherry Evans. The props are Toph Sipley and Sean Kepi. The hookers Lachlan Croker. The back rowers are Hamali Olakawatu and Kelman Talangi and Lock Jake Chaboyevich. And the bench is Jake Arthur, Dean Madison, Aaron Woods, and Ethan Bullimore, and 18th man Gordon Chankam Tong.
Awesome. So we'll go through the Warriors lineup. So there is a change in the lineup this week. So we'll go through the team. So Chance Nickel-Klukstad is back at fullback. So awesome to have him back on the side. Brings a bit of experience as well. But yeah, it's good to see him named there. Dylan Watini-Zalesniak on the wing, who's been in great try-scoring form this year, actually, 18 tries this season. So he's right up there in the try-scorers list at the moment. Rocco Berry in the centres with Adam Pompey and Marcelo Montoya on the other wing. Luke Metcalf partners Sean Johnson in the halves. And Adam Whanua-Blake prop are coming up against his former side in the Manly Seagulls for the first time. So very interesting that. Wade Egan has actually been named, which, there was some doubts last week when he came off against the Tigers. He went to hospital. He was cleared after being in hospital. So very interesting there. It's good to see these names. So that means it does mean he's fully fit. So Wade Egan there. So he's the hooker. Bunty Afoa comes into lineup this week. So he comes in for Mitchell Barnett. So Mitchell Barnett has been ruled out due to an injury. So that's why he's not playing this week. So I believe he's back next week. So yeah, so that's why Bunty Afoa gets to start ahead of Barnett this week. Second row is Jackson Ford, Murata Niokore, and the captain, Tohu Harris, is the lock. So bench reads Dylan Walker. Dylan Walker, also another former Manly player up against his team this week, former team. And Jazz Tavanga, Bailey Seranen, and Josh Curran, while the reserves, Tom Ale, Tane Tuapiki, Freddie Lussick, Edward Cozy, and Ronald Volkman. So that is the lineup. So, Pro Enzo Vidz, overall, what are your thoughts on the Manly team lineup this week? Any shock surprises or anything that's stood out for you? Or what are your thoughts on the Warriors team list that they've named as well?
Look, I'll start with the Warriors first, as they're the home side. Look, I think the Warriors have done a very strong team, and I know losing, Barnett's a bit of a blow to you boys, but I think Afoa is capable enough to fill in his shoes. But look, your backline's still pretty good. Nickel-Klukstad's a big in. Obviously Metcalf and Johnson together have been awesome as a halves pairing. Look, Whanua-Blake's, killing clubs every week, so I'm worried to see what he might dish up against us. But look, overall, the Warriors have named a good side, and it's the best possible team I think they could name with injuries and players out. But as for Manly, though, the away side of my team, I guess the little shock for me is that Jake Arthur is jersey 14 and not starting at 5'8", because there was talk that he'd start at 5'8" this week with Josh Schuster in the back row. Because they might want to change that up. But I think there could be a late change, like a late possible change. Like maybe what happens is Arthur to 5'8", Schuster to the back row, to Kelma Tanangi to the bench, and maybe Gordon Chankam Tong to make his debut as as the new player on the bench. I'd hope so anyway. So, but look, it's an okay team, nothing special, but hopefully does a job.
Yeah, and just got a comment here by Jacko. He's asking, are Manly playing Ducks and Drakes as reports said that Schuster has been training in the back row. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Because there was rumours going around that, like you said before, that Schuster could have been playing in the back row. Do you think there's going to be a late sort of change there by Anthony Sewell? Do you think he'll make a change there come kickoff time?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think the media just seems to always make stories about Schuster as well, which annoys me a bit as well.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good move for Schuster, the back row. It should work out for him hopefully because he's done well there before, so can't see why it'd go wrong again there.
Yeah, and we've got Nick from Australia joining us. So how's it going, Nick from Australia, bro? How's it good? Good to see you. He says fantastic, and Pro Enzo Vidz, my brothers. Good to see you, Nick from Australia.
So good.
The man himself. And, CJ's joined. So how's it going, CJ Moxley? He's saying, can Pro Enzo, please vlog the
Yes.
team's entrance. Oh, yeah.
I will. That's all part of the vlog. It'll be recorded.
Yeah, so in regards to the team list, like what I thought is look, I was actually surprised that Schuster's not been named Schuster's not been named in the second row, because I thought that was going to be the case, but there's still a chance that they will change it. I think they will. I think he'll go into the back row, and Jake Arthur, he was named in the 14. He'll come into halves for you. So just on Jake Arthur, actually, what are your thoughts on Jake Arthur? Because he's coming from Parramatta. What are your thoughts on him this year? Has he played a lot of first grade for you guys this year? Because
just 3 games so far for Manly, but
3 games.
Look, I think he's been an okay buy. Like, apparently for Blacktown, he's been playing really well there. Like, he's actually done some good things there. He's scored a few tries, and he's set up a few as well. So he's been a good addition to Blacktown. I don't know where his future lies at Manly, like if he's a long-term plan or something. But look, he adds depth, I guess, and I think he'll plug a hole when we need him to. So yeah, look, hopefully he does well on Friday if he does start at 5'8". But I don't mind him.
Yeah, and for us, it's just basically, no surprises with our team this week. Obviously, we weren't going to make too many changes, but the one, which was Bunty Afoe, and of course CNK comes back to the lineup. So yeah, look, as for Manly, look, really, I mean, looking at you guys this year, you've been, had some games where you've been up, and then some games you've been down. So what are your thoughts on Manly's season so far, like going into the back end of this year? Like, you guys are in a position where you can still, do you think you can still make the finals, or do you think it's pretty much out of the picture for thinking about next year? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, look, I think our season's over, but it's not completely over, apparently. I think if we lose on Friday, that's how you're done for sure. But I think 12 losses or 11 losses is enough to get you into the 8. Just 13 losses and you're done, I think. But yeah, I think we're a chance to still make the finals. But just how this season's gone, I think, it's been a bit of a mixed season. Like we started the year pretty well at the start, but over time, just I guess things happen, like injuries happen, and losing Tom and Schuster consistently didn't help us either. So I don't know. It's been a bit of an interesting year, but it's not terrible, I don't think.
Yeah, and going into this year, like I had Manly around the 10th, around the 10th to 12th mark, or around just I think obviously a lot of fans would love to see your fans would love to see you guys make the 8. Obviously, you would have too. Where did you have your side in the? Did you have your side in the 8 going into this year? You must have.
Yeah, I had Manly 8th, I think, 8th in the ladder.
Yep.
So probably can still happen, but yeah, it's a bit tough to say.
Yeah, and what are your thoughts on Anthony Seibold this year? What are your thoughts on him? Has he done better than what Des has done last year, or do you think it's pretty much the same? Because your team was based in the same position, wasn't it, last year? Manly were around that position. Like,
yeah, that's the funny thing, because everyone's been saying how bad Seibold is and how awful he is and how he can take us to a wooden spoon, but we're still the same as what we were last year, even with Des and even with Seibold this year. So it's more of a player issue, and probably I don't know what the issue is. I don't know why we're not really near the 8. But I think Seibold's done a job. He's done a job. I'd rather judge him more next year than this year, because he's still trying to get his squad and wants to move players on that Des signed and stuff. So I'll give him time still, but got to improve this time next year though.
Yeah, and Tommy Tavorovich this year, again, is having a bit of an unfortunate run with injuries. What's your thoughts on that this year? How Tommy's been going, and obviously he's had a lot of games where he's been out again. So what is your feelings towards that at the moment? How he's unfortunately had that tough run of luck with with injuries, and it's a shame because as a neutral NRL fan, I love to see Tommy Trbojevic on the field fully fit. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, it's a shame because I think we all love to see Tom fully fit and doing what he does best is being a great fullback and a great teammate every consistent week he is. So it's a shame that he's yet again out with a season-ending injury. But look, it's an injury anyone can get. Like anyone can get the injury that he got. Like it's not something that he's gone before, or not as common as what he's gone with hamstrings. So look, it's a shame, but hopefully next year he can get himself fitter and better than ever. But yeah, I think it's getting to a stage where Tom might have to take a pay cut because he's on a lot of money, not playing many games. So
yeah,
it's going to help the club a bit.
Yeah, and looking into this year, who would you say is standing out the most for Manly? Like, I think personally, from a neutral point of view, I would probably say Daly Cherry-Evans. I think he's been in great form for you guys throughout this whole season. What are your thoughts there? Do you agree? Do you think Daly Cherry-Evans has been your best player, or would you go with someone else? Like who do you think for you guys has been the standout sort of player?
Well, yeah, I think Cherry-Evans has been one of our best. It probably is our best player all season because the way he's carried himself into 2023 has been fantastic. Like he's been awesome. Like this is footy that we know he can play, but it's a bit more consistent this year. So it's great to see him play at his best. But I guess some honourable mentions have to go to guys like Paseka. Like I think he's hit a new high this year. Croker's been awesome this year as well in defence. Very consistent player, and I'm happy enough to say that he is one of our most improved players the last couple of years. And I think another one I can probably give a shout out to as well is probably Ola Kawatu because he's our most intimidating forward in that team apart from I guess Paseka. So I think those guys have done a lot for our club this year. But Cherry-Evans, the standout for me.
Yeah, and also just on your 4-pack, what are your thoughts on how they've been going this year? Because I think the likes you said the likes of Molly Olakau'atu's having a good season, and I think probably the future maybe New South Wales selection. Well, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on how the Manly 4-pack's been going? Like a lot of teams have got great 4-packs, but what are your thoughts on how your 4-pack's been doing throughout the season?
Look, it could be better. I'd say. I think things could be a bit better because there's been times this year where the opposition team has run over our forward pack. It feels like, and our forwards have been really defeated. So it's not great to see that. And I think we need to make some bigger changes to our pack because I think some players in there are a bit inconsistent and don't add enough. I don't think, but. Guys like Olakau'atu, Paseka, Jake Trbojevic, Croker, they're the players that really carry our forward pack every week. And Bullamore's been great off the bench. Bullamore's been, giving us good impact, but the rest are a bit questionable, I feel like. But but I will say that Matt Lodge was a great pickup for us in the forward pack. Like I know Warriors fans aren't a big fan of him, but he's done good things for our forward pack this year. So I do think we need some work in our pack.
Yeah, and I was going to say, on Matthew Lodge, like obviously he's coming mid-season for you guys, and like you said, you said that he's doing an all right job there. So obviously he's an experienced forward, and as a Warriors fan, I've always got words about not a big fan of him, but personally, but anyway, so any sort of experienced forward you can bring to the club is a good inclusion. So that's the main thing. So just going through the comments, I'll just read the comments here. So Jacko's saying here, Manly had nothing to lose except all out attack when you put a lid on them after linking 40 points in the last 2 games. Yeah, that's something that is unusual for the Warriors, actually. Our defence has been very good this season. So, Jacko's saying here, you can have Lodge whenever he goes. Odd things happen. Yeah. And even Evans is always consistent. Someone I see as a huge potential is the younger bloke of the. I'm sure you'll know this.
Bench of Wavage he's talking about.
Yep. Got size, tough and skillful, and he can play Origin the next few years, bearing injury years. So, yeah,
hopefully.
But yeah, just on to the next. So we'll look at the key matchups now. So key matchups, players to watch. So when you look at both sides, if you look at your side, Manly and the Warriors, so who are you looking out for, like in terms of a matchup to watch on the field? So who do you reckon?
Yeah. For me, the biggest one is Shaun Johnson versus Daly Cherry Evans. That's massive because, you know, the way both players have been this year has been, you know, incredible for both Warriors and Manly. Like, obviously, the Warriors are in a better position than Manly at the moment through Shaun Johnson. But I guess this year, most of our wins have come off Cherry Evans. And without him, I think we'd be in a much worse state. So, Johnson and Cherry Evans, two of the most, I guess, experienced halfbacks in the competition, but they're still going strong and still playing great footy. So love to see that match up and how it goes. I guess a very interesting one for me is Rocco Berry versus Tolu Kola. You know, two young centres and two players that, you know, are rookies still and have shown glimpses of potential. So that could be a potential good matchup as well. And just one more, I think the last one I'll go with is Wade Egan versus Lachlan Croker, two very underrated hookers. And, you know, Egan does his job consistently well for the Warriors every week, and same with Croker for Manly. So I feel like it's pretty even, actually.
Yeah, and I'd probably have to agree in regards to Shaun Johnson and Cherry Evans. Cherry Evans being the captain of your side, and Shaun Johnson as well. So two very experienced halfbacks who have been around the game for quite a while now. Cherry Evans, look, I said it that he's probably having a very consistent season for Manly. He's one of your best players. And Shaun Johnson is really putting his name up for the Dally M this year. Personally, I just think at the moment, if you're looking at who's been the most informed player, it has to be Shaun Johnson. Like, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's just the way he's playing. You know, he's so confident. He's, you know, and it helps with Andrew Webster as well. He's sort of bringing something as well to the table. So, yeah, Shaun's very confident and he's playing good footy, which is awesome to see. So, yeah, look, Cherry Evans versus Shaun Johnson, I think it's a good matchup there. And, look, other matchups, I'll just look at the sides. So, I know hooker. Yeah, the hooker battle was interesting as well. So, you got the Wade Egan up against Lachlan Croker. Both really, you know, players that maybe a lot of people don't really talk about a lot. You know, being Wade Egan, I think Wade Egan's just had a very good season for the Warriors, and you know he's part of the reason as well. You know, it's not just Shaun, but he is one of the reasons why Warriors attack is flowing as well. And the start of the season, he had a few concussion issues, but when he's been back in the side, it's, you know, just the difference he makes with the impact he brings to the side as well. So the 4-pack battle is interesting. Bunty Afoa. Now, Bunty Afoa hasn't really had many minutes this year. He's even in and out of the side quite regularly. I don't know. I don't think Bunty's been playing great footy this year, actually, to be honest. But his minutes aren't great either, so that's not helped. But yeah, look, very interesting there. So yeah, look out to see what Bunty can bring with no Barnett, which is, for me, is a big blow. It's a big blow not having Barnett there, but having CNK back in the side is a huge in. It's a huge in for us, and also having I'm just trying to remember who it was else. Just CNK, that was a big in, and Bunty Fry just comes in. So yeah, look, what are your overall thoughts there on you know, firstly you said the key matchups there, but what are your overall thoughts there on how the Warriors have been going this year, like in regards to the team? Because a lot of people had the Warriors, let's say a lot of us had us near the bottom 4 again this year. So a lot of people completely rid off the Warriors and said, look, they're going to be, you know, the same as they were last year. Were you surprised by the way they've been playing this year? I'm sure a lot of people are, but are you surprised with how consistent they've been throughout the season?
Look, I've always known there's talent in the Warriors team, but it's just about if they can do it consistently. That's the thing. I guess they struggled with consistency last year and the years before. So, obviously they're a rocks and diamonds team, the Warriors, but it seems like this year they're more diamonds rather than rocks, and I think they're really coming to their own this year. But that's a credit to Andrew Webster and what he's done to the Warriors team. Like, he's really made them more of a consistent team and a more of a solid team that knows how to hang into games. So yeah, that's a credit to Webby. But no, look, I think the Warriors are a team that I didn't underestimate in the off season. I had them like 12th or 11th, I think. It was somewhere near the 8. But didn't think they'll be going this well, obviously. But that's full credit to Webster and the team for playing this well.
Yeah, and obviously, which is no shock really. A lot of people didn't have us going very well this year, and I had us finishing 8th. So I'm a fair way off where I thought we would finish. Like going into this year, like expectations weren't that high. Like I was just hoping that we could have a bit of a better season, win a few more games, and it'd be on to because I thought Webster would take a bit more time to get this team where it is now. So yeah, that's the thing that's really surprised me, just the way we've been going this year. So Jacko's saying if Sean Johnson wins Daily M, all those wanted them out of the side pre-season should probably apologise, give a number of knockers. It took a while. Yeah, look, that's a fair comment, Jacko. It really is. So, which is great. But Naz is saying here that simply being out for a big one, coming home in front of Whānau. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on him? What are your thoughts on Simply? He's a former Warrior. What are your thoughts on him?
Look, he's decent. I think Simply's always been a player that comes in, does a job. Obviously, coming back to New Zealand for him in his hometown, he'll want to have a big one. Look, he played well last week against Panthers, scored a try, and ran for like nearly 200 meters, I think. Look, he does a job. He does a job. But probably a bench player at best, but always does a job for us.
Yep. Yeah, and just going through another comment here. I'll just keep reading these comments. So Jacko is saying here, not even the most biased Warriors fan has us top 4 preseason. It's like a weird dream come true. Yeah. Even myself, I just be quite honest. I realistically didn't have us going this high. A lot of people wouldn't either. So it's great. Like anything from here on is just a pure bonus, I personally think. So, I take the season as a pass mark, whatever happens from here on. So, yeah, like after the previous years as well. So, but yeah, looking at the betting prices here. So, just pop it up on the screen. There we are. So, betting prices at Sportsbet in Australia have Sportsbet have New Zealand Warriors $1.22. Manly Seagulls $4.35.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. What are your thoughts there on those odds? You think they're fair enough? Because obviously, like the Warriors are doing well there where they're on the ladder, but what are your thoughts there? I personally am not writing off Manly. I think Manly can really give us a competitive contest. I really do. And it might be weird to say that considering where Manly are on the ladder and where the Warriors are. And the Warriors really, be quite honest, they should win this game. But Manly have given the Warriors trouble for many years now. Regardless of positions on the ladder, every game, they've seemed to always given us trouble. So, yeah, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts there?
Well, look, obviously the odds really favour the home side, the Warriors, which is fair enough because you boys play really well at home at Mount Smart usually. So, I think I think it is fair enough. The odds are fair enough because of your form this year and I guess our slip off and how we've been a bit inconsistent. But look, I do think it'll be closer. I do think the game will be close. I think the odds should be a little bit more kinder. I feel like, but yeah, I guess with how form is, that's how it's gonna be judged off, I guess.
Yeah, and so those are the odds. So just going into the stats now. So have a look at the stats. So head-to-head stats since 1998. So this is where it's really interesting. Now, we've played, both teams have played each other 37 times here. So The Warriors have won 12, but Manly have pretty much been dominant. So 25 previous meetings. Obviously, last year, I think, obviously, that was a game for me as a Warriors fan to forget, but it was a 44 Manly Warriors 12. No, I think that was at Brookvale Oval. I think that was at Brookie. Yeah, that was at Brookie. I think that was the game where we I think we lost a player. I think it was I think it was that game. Yeah. So 4th of June there, 2022. And then there was another meeting back in 2021. So there was only one meeting last year, but 2021 was Manly 38-32. Now that was a high scoring game.
There was. I remember that well.
Yeah, it was a very high scoring game. But the form guide actually says here that the Warriors won their last 5 games. And Manly have won 2 wins from 5 games. You guys beat the Dragons and the Sharks. Season stats here for Manly. Points scored 427. So you're not struggling to score points. So that's a bit of a positive there. But points conceded 474. Defensively is not great. It's not great at all, to be honest. No. But completion rate 77%, tackle efficiency 87.3%. Average points scored 20. Average points conceded 22. And your record at Mount Smart Stadium is 10 from 14, 71%.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I'll take that.
Yeah, 71%. And you guys have won 11 out of 15 games against the Warriors in Auckland. So, always there's a positive for Manly in that sense. So, so that's why we're going to be a bit wary of you guys going into this one. So, so those are the stats there. But anything else? So just looking at that. No. Okay. So, right. So, overall, this game on Friday night, so it's at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. here in Australia, so that'll be like 8 p.m. kickoff in New Zealand. So, just noting that New South Wales Cup, there's a New South Wales Cup. The boys from the New South Wales Cup team are playing Blacktown, playing you guys before the NRL game. So that'd be an early, I think it's around early kickoff around there. But the Warriors are second on the New South Wales Cup at the moment, and you guys sit 7th, so that's really interesting. So, but you got that game, and it's also Old Boys Day as well. So, a lot of the former Warriors players will be there, and like I said, Daniel Anderson. The stadium's named after Daniel Anderson, in honor of Daniel Anderson. So, great initiative by the club, and I believe they're getting around to the whole round as well. So, I believe the NRL thinks that the whole round, which is awesome to see. So. Yeah, so on to a prediction now. So we'll have a look at. So we'll give a prediction for this game. What are your thoughts? How do you see this game going? Do you think your boys can get the job done? Can they get the 2 points, come away from New Zealand? Obviously, you're going to the game. You're taking the trip over, which is awesome. Yep. So have a great time and have a safe flight. So, but yeah, what are your thoughts? Do you think your boys can get the win, or do you think it's going to be a real difficult sort of, to get the result? Well, what are your general feelings?
Yeah, well, hopefully, with myself flying over there, hopefully they do get the win. Like I really do hope so, because that'd make the trip worth it. But look, Warriors are a tough team. They've obviously come into their own this year, so it'll be, I think it'll be a tough game for us. But look, I'll just back the boys, come back in the team for the rest of the year. As I've said in my tips, that I'll just support the team for the rest of the year. So, look, I'll tip us by 4 points. I'll go over a scoreline of 18 points to 14. I do think it'll be one of those really tight games. And first try score a tip as well.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Dal Martinez-Lesniak. I think it's very hard to knock him back for the moment. So DW's there for first try.
Yeah, so just looking at the chat. So Jacko's saying here, if we don't improve our completion error rate and get our midfield defence in order, Manly are a real chance. Yeah, we do need to, fix up our defence this week and our completion rates as well. So I think that needs to be a little bit ironed out. Obviously now with, the finals only a couple of weeks away, these sort of games are the Warriors, We'll be trying to, get some performances in and just keep the momentum going, which is really important, I think, firstly, going into finals. So, we want to lock in that top 3 spot on the ladder, and Melbourne's behind us at the moment. So, we want to finish third, and that's that's where I want us to finish. I think to take on the Broncos in a week on the finals, which will be good. But yeah, so Jacko is also saying here it would almost certainly be raining. So wettest damn weather in New Zealand for years. Oh wow, really? So,
Jeez.
well, yeah.
Well, I've got to get ready then. Got to get prepared for the wet weather.
Yeah, bring the raincoat.
Yeah,
bring the poncho. Yeah. Yeah, so if it's raining, Manly are a chance because the Warriors seem to, struggle in wet weather conditions. I don't know what it is. Like, we seem to be real, we love the dry weather, so, maybe Manly are definitely a chance now.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah. Don't worry though, because our record in the wet's not great either. We struggle a lot in the wet, so yeah, it's equal.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, look, my prediction for this game. Obviously, going to back the boys in here. Look, the last 2 games have been scrappy. I'm not gonna lie, performances haven't been great the last 2 games. Obviously, the Titans was not a prettiest game of performance for us. We got the 2 points. It's all that matters. And the Tigers game was scratchy as well. So I'm sure Andrew Webster want the boys to put in a better performance. So I'm actually going to go Warriors 1-12. I'm going to go Warriors 24-12. Yeah, I'm going to go 24-12. In terms of try scorers, I'll go Dallin. Yeah, Dallin Martinez-Lesniak. He's on try scoring form at the moment, and he's going to, he's climbing up that try scorers list. So, he's been real impressive season from him. Another try scorer. Look, I think someone like Kohler from Manly will score. And I think Kamoli Olukuatu. I think he's a good chance of getting a try in this game. So, yeah, I think that's I think Kamoli will get one, and DWZ and Kohler, but I've gone with the Warriors 24-12 victory. So, yeah. So, what was your prediction again? Just quickly.
So I went Manly 18-14.
18-14. Yep.
The first try, Dallin too.
Awesome. Yep. So just reading through some more of these comments quickly. So Jacko's saying here it's pissing down right now, which is great. That's great. So of course, it seems like our home games are always wet this year, but I don't think we've had too many dry home games. So it is what it is. But yeah, so Pro Enzo Vidz, I'd just like to thank you for coming on the channel, giving up your time, and really do appreciate it. And may the best team win on Friday night, and have a safe trip to Auckland, and good luck, and may the best team win.
Yeah, cheers, bro. Thanks for the preview again. It was good to finally collab with you back on your channel as well. So, and as always, you're welcome to mine as well. But yeah, look, may the best team win. Should be a good game, hopefully. I do hope it's a tight one. And I'll be enjoying the trip either way. I'll be enjoying the experience of going out of Australia and to Auckland for the first time. So I should love it.
Yep, awesome. So just like to thank everyone for tuning in and watching this preview, and looking forward to Friday night. And hopefully the boys can get another 2 points and continue their charge to the final series. But have a good rest of the night, everyone. And go the Mighty Warriors. And don't forget, make sure you like the live stream as well. Don't forget to click the thumbs up on the live stream. And also go and subscribe to Pro Enzo Vidz. The link is in the description down below. And don't forget to like the stream. Subscribe to this channel as well. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Have a good one. Have a good rest of the week. Cheers, everyone. Good night.